Welcome to Santos Brothers Eat, food worth mentioning.
Where Chef Jeff and his brother Kenny talk about their amazing adventures eating and tasting food that is so incredible, they have got to just share it with the world.
My mouth is salivating already.
There we go. All right, so welcome back, everyone, to Santos Brothers Eats. I'm here with my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, and once again, we are with a guest because we all went to a grand opening. So let's talk about this, Jeff. First, talk about our guest and what we did.
Yeah, hey everybody. So I'd like to welcome back my son, Dylan Santos. Dylan, thanks again for joining us on this podcast.
Of course, anytime, any excuse to eat great food.
Oh, nice. That is a Santos for sure.
Yeah, so where did we end up going, Jeff?
So our latest podcast right now, we talked about the newest location for Street Eats Market, and they did a grand opening for their second location in Scarborough. You may remember they were actually started off at the Scarborough Town Center over the summertime. Then they relocated temporarily to Hillcrest Mall, so Yonge and Steeles area, and they had a great success there. But they luckily found a second location near Scarborough Town Center, not the exact location, but more east. It's where the old Scott House used to be, or the old Baton Rouge. And they set up the location in the parking lot of the Scarborough Town Center. And we were there for the grand opening.
Yes, so we were there, and there was a number of different not locations, but a number of different food trucks. And it was a great, it was good because, first of all, it wasn't too crowded. Parking is very, very simple there. I mean, you don't have to worry too much about parking, at least for now. And then the weather didn't rain. Did it rain while we were there?
No, it didn't rain while we were there, but it was cool. So maybe that's what held the people back.
Yeah,
but and speaking of parking, I was scared of how much parking there would be close to the area because it's right on Progress, and if you know the town center quite well, Progress is a very busy street because it's right off the 401, and there were some people that parked on the Scarborough Town Center side, and they were trying to rush across the street to where the location was. But they had their own parking lot, but like Ken just hinted to, it's going to be there for a short time. And I think you were talking to Phil, right, Ken? And he told you some news.
Yeah, so Phil, actually, we have a picture with Phil. Phil, he either runs it or he's the owner of Street Eats, and he's, certainly the face of Street Eats. And in this expansion, he was explaining to me a little bit of what some of the plans were. And it sounds like they're going to be doing some renovations to the actual parking lot that they have, because they're going to be putting up the night market, and that's going to be on weekends, like all through the summer. I can't remember the exact dates on that.
June 4th, or the first weekend of June, is the first international night market there.
Wow. So that's something to look forward to. And that's going to be like Friday to Sunday sort of thing. So I wonder how that's going to affect the parking, although that's not my problem. I mean, it will be once we get there, but that's more, for them. They're running it. I'm excited for it because, a night market. And, typically when we attend night markets, they're Asian night markets, but this is, if I understand correctly, this is more of an international type of night market that we're going to be going to. Is that what you heard, Jeff?
No, that's what I heard too. So that's kind of exciting, having more international foods. We are in Toronto. We have a plethora of international restaurants, but sometimes we don't get to them just because the neighborhood they're in, we're too close, we're too far away, or we don't have a good chance to be in those neighborhoods. But this will give a good chance for us to have access to more international foods.
Yeah, absolutely. So what did we end up eating? What did we have to eat?
Okay. Well, I think the first place we went to was, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Alijandros, or maybe Alejandros.
It's Alejandros' kitchen.
Alejandros' kitchen.
Alejandro. And actually, I think you just showed it to us. That's a place. Oh, no.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it there. So there's actually an article about this, a little older. This one's from 2017. How did you even find this, Jeff? That's pretty cool that you found it.
Well, thanks to Google. But I do remember seeing this truck in a few places in food truck events. And I'm not a big Middle Eastern falafel fan. So I've always bypassed this truck, but Ken wanted to try it. And the concept is great. It's like the article you're seeing is a falafel. So it is the falafel batter, but they had the ingenious idea of making it into a waffle, and then putting the traditional Mediterranean foods inside.
Yeah, so there's a number of different choices that you could have there. And so, like, on their menu, I wanted to try the falafel because you could get like plates and all these different things. And um, so when I was there, they had like a vegetarian one and a chicken one. So there's all these different ones that I could try. I ended up having the chicken avocado one, which I
Hmm.
was pretty excited about. Although I didn't realize that you weren't too fond of the flavors, and neither was Dylan. So I ended up getting to eat a lot of it. And man, that's kind of twice now. Like last time I tried to share burgers with Dylan and he didn't like them. And now,
I I
mm,
mean, I like it. It's just it was more the avocado. I'm not
gotcha. Okay.
super
Yeah,
on.
That's fine. That's fine because I really, really enjoyed it. The
Mhm.
whole idea of having a falafel is cool to me. And usually the falafel's in like a pita type wrap thing. Instead, they just shoved it inside of a waffle, which I thought was really, really cool. Uh, now that I've tried it, if I have a chance to have it again, I know that it's one of those things that I know that if I order it, I'm gonna like it, but it's also it didn't dazzle me.
okay.
So I wouldn't necessarily reorder it unless or unless, if that was the only thing, it's not like I'd be disappointed if that was the only thing, but I probably wouldn't go back. I've had it for the sake of saying that I've had it, and now I'm done. It's not
Yeah,
and that's not to say it was bad food. Like I'll give it maybe an 8 out of no 7.5 out of 10. I mean, it's a
okay.
solid, and it's a good portion. It's $10.
Yeah,
And it was good, nice and moist, and all the flavors were there, like that you'd expect in like that sort of food, like
that's
the
right.
falafel style with the like tzatziki type sauce and the pickles and all that stuff. I liked it, and
That's
of
the.
course with the
I like
avocado.
their slogan on their truck. It says it's not shawarma, and they even have a menu item called "Not Shawarma,"
Yeah,
um, something over there. But yeah, like Ken said, like it's not my favorite food. I have passed them up a couple of times just because I'm not a big fan of of that profile they have. But I think we mentioned this before. When you're at a food truck or anywhere that you want something portable, and this is a great portable food because it's
Mhm.
basically you have one hand carrying a cone, which is easy to hold instead of a plate or a container, and you probably need a fork for the first few bites. But after that, it's just like eating ice cream, just sort of contain everything in the cone and you eat away.
you make a good point because this is one of those walk and eat, and it's a really easy walk and eat. So you can just order it, walk around, and because of the nature of it, uh, it's not the type of thing that you necessarily need to eat fast because it's full of a lot of cold vegetables. And
Yeah,
so if you're walking around, for example, with like a corn dog, it might be too hot, or so you got to kind of wait a little bit before you eat it. This you could just kind of eat right away, and you could take your time simply because if you're eating something hot, you kind of want to, while you want to let it cool down, you also want to eat it before it gets cold. And you never feel like that with this type of meal, which was, I like that part.
Hmm.
yeah,
It's good. Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. What was next on the list there?
Well, next thing that we if we're going in order, next thing that we got was the Chaska Kathy chicken roll. And I'm on their page as well. I'm not sure if you can see it, but Chaska means obsession. And the owner and founder, his name is Naveen Seth. I believe he's also a chef. He wanted to have this. There he is. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
there he is.
Yeah, he obsessed with Indian food, and he wanted to have the same Indian food experience that he had, and he didn't want anything heavy, because he even says here that mouthwatering recipes without the thick and rich sauces that are usually associated with Indian cuisine. And Ken and I, we are huge fans of butter chicken and paneer and the sauce and those are very sauce heavy foods that you eat with basmati rice or naan to soak the sauce up. But most of their dishes are just basically either all vegetable or some protein and vegetable and very little sauce. It all comes with the flavor of the ingredients themselves. And
Yeah. And what was it that we ended up getting? Like, do you
the
see it
first one there,
there?
scroll down, it's number one, well, the
Oh,
Kathy roll, but we had with
nice,
chicken.
nice. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, Dylan, did you try this?
I did, yes.
Now, are you typically a fan of the like kind of East Indian food or no?
I am and I'm not.
Okay.
Again, kind of like what Chef Jeff said about the falafel. It's something I might pass by, but I won't turn it down if offered to me type
Okay.
thing.
What did you think of it?
It was really good. Yeah, like definitely not as overpowering as most like Indian places I've tried.
Yeah.
Very subtle flavors, but uh, lots of honestly personality in that food.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeff? What are your thoughts on it?
So yeah, like Dylan said, like it wasn't too overpowering with the spices. Yeah, the fresh vegetables really added the crunch and the freshness of it. But the thing that got me, it was a bit dry. The chicken was a bit dry. I wish it did have a bit more sauce to it. But I think for me that was the only negative for it. The roll itself, the Kathy roll, the actual roll was delicious. Like it had nice texture, nice flavor to it as well, just
Mhm.
natural. Like to me, when I have like a wrap, like a pita wrap or like roti, I'm a big fan of the actual wrap itself. I want that to have flavor and texture as well, just to add to the whole experience of eating it. And the roll they used also had that nice texture and flavor that I really like.
Yeah, it's super important. Yeah, especially when you mention if you're going to have something that's a wrap or even a burger or or poutine or fries or anything, we got to make sure that the base actually tastes good because no
Mhm.
matter how good the ingredients are, if it comes to a pie, if it had a great pie filling, but if the pie crust sucks, then it's not a good pie.
Yeah.
Same thing,
No.
with a roll like this. If the wrap isn't good, the bread's not good, then you're gonna get let down, even if the inside is good
Yeah.
as well.
Actually, yeah. Going on that, I'm going on a bit of a tangent. The students at the college made sausage rolls this past week, and so I had an opportunity to taste it. Unfortunately, the actual sausage in the sausage roll was very bland,
Oh,
Oh.
but the puff pastry they made was delicious.
there we go. There you go.
So yeah, I baked mine off, and because the sausage had fat in it and whatnot, some of the flavor of the sausage, the actual fat part, went into the puff pastry. And yeah, like I said, sausage was bland, but the pastry they made was delicious. I had more pastry than sausage roll this time.
Yeah, and it was still good because
It was still good. Yeah.
because the base, right? The base, that the actual pot, not the pasta, but the actual bread, that part was good.
Yeah.
So now I can't remember, was this kind of like served kind of like if you bought a burrito at a food truck, like you could walk and eat with this thing?
Actually, they use the same container you would if you went to Tim Hortons and bought the like breakfast
Oh,
wrap.
yeah. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you rip the
Yeah.
top off. Oh, yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of cool.
When we post our pictures, I did include the picture of the actual wrap container.
Good.
But yeah, it's the same thing where when you have it, it's closed on both ends. They have a pull cord or tear cord along the middle. So you just tear along that. And the food itself is wrapped in its own wrapper as well. But again, it's a nice go-to, like walk in and eat food.
Walk
Um,
and eat,
yeah.
because street eats, there's nowhere to sit, right? Because
Nope.
there's no outdoor dining right now that's allowed. So they got everything going perfectly. And so that's something to keep in mind when you're going to be eating at a food truck is, to sit down with a plate of pasta or, if the Santos Bros, we love to eat our rice or
Hmm.
whatever, it makes a difference when you could just simply just walk around and eat with the food.
Yeah.
So would you
And
go
I
back?
mentioned that.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was going to say, would you go back to Chaska?
I would, and they actually have a couple of brick and mortar locations. There's one in Mississauga, I think by Aaron Mills. Oh, there you go. It's not showing the. Oh,
It's not
actually, scroll
showing.
down.
Oh, there we go.
No, yeah, there you go, Mississauga. Yeah, Matheson. So that's sort of northwest of Mississauga. There's one in North York. I'm not too sure where that one is.
Concord Gate. I don't know where that one is. So
Yeah.
okay.
Adelaide. That's right by Adelaide. Oh, I know where this one is. It's right by where Second City used to be,
Okay.
because they actually share the same location that Poutine, that Smokes Poutine does. Smokes is on top. They're on the bottom, and I know that Fat Boys or Burrito Boys used to be in that location. I saw it
Okay,
on the
now I
map.
know
I
exactly
was
what
like,
that
oh,
is.
I know where this is.
Okay.
And the Toronto one is the H1 in the Bay, but I think they're temporarily closed due to the pandemic.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
Or
I'd go back for sure. And I
or
did
we can
mention
go
that
to
it was a
the
bit,
street eats one.
yeah,
So there's that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mentioned I found it a bit dry, but there may have been a sauce that went with it, and then I just missed having some. But yeah, overall, I think I give this like an 8.5 to 9.
Okay. What about you, Dylan? What would you give it?
I'd probably give it like a 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice solid answer. I'd give it a 7.5. Yeah, but is there anything you would try next time, Jeff?
For me, they do have a butter chicken bowl. So
man.
I'm a huge fan of butter chicken. And they're very big on their samosas as well. Oh, that one there, samosa slider, that caught my eye as well. So yeah, look at it.
Yeah.
It's basically samosa in a bun.
Hmm.
So
So that is a vegetarian option. So
yeah.
just so you're
Oh,
aware. So,
and,
yeah,
and Dylan, samosas and s'mores are different. Just to let you know.
that's
I mean,
funny.
it's just graham cracker, chocolate, and marshmallow. How hard
Yeah.
is that?
Okay.
Absolutely.
And for those of you that don't
Absolutely.
understand, this is a reference from The Office. So that's where we.
Yeah, we're not being disrespectful or anything.
Yeah, we're not at all.
We know.
That's right.
Yeah, but Chaska, I'm glad that you ordered from there, Jeff. I'm glad that you did, and I do want to try those sliders. Those look like they would be fun to eat. Those
They
look,
would.
yeah.
Yeah, and samosas has a very nice, I think tamarind sauce, like sort of a
Mm,
sweet and sour sauce. That's really good with samosa. So yeah, that looks very exciting.
absolutely. And so, what's next? What's next on the menu?
Next we went to well,
The
Dylan
Greek?
got a Aegean. There you go.
Yeah.
We got the pork pita wrap and Greek fries. So I remember you guys did an episode at George's Greek Grill, and the Greek fries there were great. So Dylan, let us know what you thought about their pork wrap and their Greek fries.
So yeah, the pork wrap was really nice. Lots of good flavors there, and again, fresh vegetables. Coming from a food truck, I know a lot of people have that stigma there, but no, like these are fresh, crunchy, really added to the wrap itself. Um, the pita they used for the wrap was also really good, like you said, Dad. Having a good solid baseline is important, and when stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Greek fries, kind of the same review coming from George's Greek.
Well, let's
Um,
remind everyone what is Greek fries. Let's remind everyone what that is.
yeah, so it's basically, in a sense, a Greek poutine.
Yeah,
Where you have fries, there's a sort of like a garlic, kind of garlic tzatziki sauce, and then feta cheese on top.
There
that's
you
the
go.
important part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wish that we're on the menu now. I wish there was some pictures. There's not, and they don't have an Instagram. So
Oh no.
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. So, or actually, I can't find it if it is. So, yeah, I love feta on fries. Actually, I like feta, just about on anything.
Oh yeah.
It's more it's not really it's technically a cheese, but to me, it's more like a salt. It's like a seasoning, like you put it
Mhm.
on stuff to make it more flavorful. And so that with the actual either some Greek dressing, or if you really wanted to get this really dolled up, you put, it says what's your choice of meat. I was going to say put the either gyro's meat or some grilled chicken on that. That would be really
Mhm.
good, and that'd be a meal on its own. And I happened to try some of those Greek fries. I was looking forward to trying them, and they didn't disappoint me. I liked them a lot. How would you compare them with George's?
I think Georgia still has a little bit of an edge.
George's
Um,
does have an edge. It does have an edge. So that one is George's Greek Grill out of Mississauga. So if you guys want to kind of keep that one in mind, because we did do a podcast on that, and I can pull the number up a little bit later on.
mhm.
What about your thoughts when you tried everything, Jeff? What did you think of it?
Yeah, the Greek fries are great. I had a bit of like a bit of the wrap as well, and like Dylan mentioned that the pita was fresh, and it's a Greek pita. For those of you who don't know, Greek pita. When you think about pita, you think like a pita pocket. It's a large with a pocket in the middle. But Greek pita is one piece. It's thick and used to wrap things with, and they were fresh. And Ken, they actually do have an Instagram account, but their last post was back in 2019. So
Okay.
that's probably why. But their second picture that I see, they actually have a fry combination. One half looks like a poutine with beef and gravy, and the other half is the Greek fries with
Oh,
looks like chicken. So
Wow.
yeah,
Can you send that over? I want to share that. I want to
yeah,
share
of
that.
course.
And
Give
so
me one
while you're
sec.
sending that, I do want to, if anyone wants to listen to the George's Greek Grill, where we're Dylan and I talk about it, and actually on their menu, they're called the Wow Fries. And so that
Yes.
is episode 18 from season 1. And we did that back in September, Dylan. So that was how far along
Yeah.
ago that was. And
Wow.
just to remind everyone, we ended up getting that through either Skip the Dishes or DoorDash. And when we had it, I remember Dylan tried the fries and he said those fries are bloody amazing. I don't know if you remember saying that, Dylan, but
I do.
yeah,
Yes.
so that's how it was there.
Yeah.
So,
And another thing that we mentioned about their truck, they don't have a usual food truck. They actually have like a van. And I forgot who asked us about this, is how do they stand in there, because they look cramped. But the way they decked out the van, there is enough room for people to stand in. And yeah, they have a deep fryer, they have a flat top grill to make things, and yeah, it's a very simple menu they have. So I think that's all they need for the food truck they have.
Yeah, so Jeff sent over the picture. And what is hold on a second, what is the place called? Because we just
Aegean Greek Street. Aegean Greek Street.
Greek Street Eats.
Yeah, Street Eats.
Aegean
Yeah.
Greek Street Eats. Man, I say
Yes.
that, easy for you to say.
That's it.
That's funny. So yeah, I'm putting up that picture. It's like one half, kind of Greek fries, another half, like, I don't know, what is that? Like a traditional poutine, or
yeah, it looks like beef poutine right there. Yeah.
it says on the bottom, it says
pork.
pork.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what a cool, that would be fun to have.
I wish I
yeah.
saw that.
I don't think it was available. I
No,
just
it
think that
wasn't.
was that was
Like,
I wish it was
right,
there too.
yeah, right here on their menu. It's not available on this current menu they have.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And
yeah.
That's awesome.
Even on their van picture that we'll post, they didn't have it on there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was, you know what? When it comes down to Greek food, sometimes I just have that itch that I just want to have Greek food. So I'm glad that they're there, so that if I want to go back, I could eat some more of that. And then, should we talk about Patacon next?
Yeah,
Jeff?
let's do that. Let's do Patacon.
The funky Patacon. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was Dylan's choice. So Dylan, what made you choose this food truck?
So it's actually to go back again to another episode with just Kenny and I when we went to the what's the mall street eats again?
The
Hillcrest
Richmond
Mall.
Hillcrest Mall streets.
Yeah, the Hillcrest Mall street eats. From the Cuban thing, we got those plantain chips with the kind of garlic lemon sauce on it. And I remember how delicious those were. And then when I was kind of pacing back and forth, waiting for them to order some more food. I was kind of looking at it, and I was like, you know what? I like the plantain from that place. Let's try the place that, in a sense, specializes in plantain cooking. So I was kind of looking. They do fried plantain sandwiches. That's the first images we're looking at right now. I was kind of really close to ordering those, but instead I got the plantain, in a sense, like boats, canoes.
There it is.
So basically, it's basically kind of like a banana split, almost literally.
Yeah, literally, you're right.
And I got the holy cow top left corner there. So it really is. It's very simple, as it's just a baked cut plantain stuffed with the shredded flank steak. Cheese, and then there are 2 house sauces they put on top of there.
Yeah, so just to bring us back, that is episode 24 when Dylan and I first went to the Street Eats Market in Richmond Hill, and we talked about the Cuban thing, and we had those were called tostones, made out of the plantain. This canoe thing, I don't know if this is something that they invented, or because I've never heard of this before, and I think it's pretty brilliant. Like I first thing I thought of was actually a baked potato, because you kind of put the potato and put the toppings on top.
Oh yeah.
But Dylan's saying it's a banana split. I mean, it's a plantain, so it isn't like a banana.
Yeah.
And it is really, really good. I was very happy with it. What did you guys think?
Well, for me, this was honestly the least thing I was looking forward to eating. But when I had it, it was like, I think my favorite that we had yesterday. It wasn't. It also wasn't the most attractive looking. I guess because of travel, it didn't look that good. But like they say, on the taste is king, and this tasted amazing.
Yeah, you can see the picture here. It didn't look that good just because, it did travel, and it was
Yeah.
so good. Like, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to trying their different flavors. I haven't even had a chance to look into. They have the Holy Cow,
Yeah.
the Porky Way. I like these names. The
Mhm.
Happy
Oh yeah.
Island. Yeah,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
are fun. So, it's this chicken. Oh, there's a fish one.
Hmm.
Wow. There's
Yeah.
a black bean and cheese. Also, they even have the vegetarian option in mind. So, when it comes down to it, if you're going to come to the funky Patacon, I say go for the canoes. Although I'm sure the sandwiches are good, but
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
canoes just seem like a lot more fun.
They
Yeah.
do. They do. And yeah, so when we try to figure out the sauces, we couldn't figure them out. But they are called house sauces. Is there? No, that's appetizers
I'm
there.
looking. I'm looking
I'm
here.
thinking
I
one
don't
of
see anything.
the red one is like almost a sweet. I'm gonna say sweet Thai chili sauce or a sweet and spicy sauce at least.
Hmm.
And I'm not too sure about the white one. Maybe just a fresco sauce or something like that. But yeah, like I said, this was delicious. I must say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having more of that. And it was a great choice, Dylan.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah, yeah.
choice when you pick that. So I'm
And,
probably gonna get.
and again, it's amazing how they use the plantain in two different ways, at least two different ways. So the first way is their patacones or tostones, where they have the plantains. They either mash them into the dish shape, or they do a weave to make the shape of a bun or a patty, and then they use the plantain as is and make the canoe out of them. And basically, it's the same fillings for both of them, just in different settings. So again, this is a way to use up your stock in good, ingenious ways, in different ways.
Yeah, love it. Love it. So definitely a place that we're gonna go back. Would you guys rate the Holy Cow canoe? What would you rate that out of 10?
For me, I get 8.5 to 9. It was that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8.5. Yeah, yeah. I want to give it more. Man, it's so good though. Like,
Mhm.
and it is a sweeter plantain that I like, because when we had tostones in the past, the plantain was a little bit more bland and starchy. This one
Yeah.
was sweeter, and I kind of like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then we finished off the day. I mean, that's a lot of food we've had. I mean,
It
but we
is.
still have more. We went, because we're Filipino at heart
Mhm.
and also in blood and nationality. We went to the Hungry Moon.
Yeah.
So the Hungry Moon. Oh, here's their menu. They have what's called the Meteor, which is a burger. They have
Yeah.
silogs, which, if you guys remember, it is basically a silog is fried rice, garlic fried rice, usually along with egg on top, and then there's usually some sort of meat. So there's a lot of different choices, and I'm glad that you ordered from here, Jeff. A little bit of a story here. Let's
Yeah.
talk about this.
There is. There is. So, yeah, this is one of the places that we look most forward to. And looked at the menu, and I went to the counter, and I wanted the Deep Impact Meteor, and I thought that was the name of it. So I just went to the counter and I said, "I'll have the Meteor." And he goes, "No problem, sir." He took my order, and that was it.
Yeah,
And
10
then
minutes, right? 10
yeah, 10-minute
minutes.
wait. And then I think Dylan was getting his Patacon at the same time.
Yeah.
So we went there, and then we came back. And then as we were still waiting, I looked at the menu, I was reading it off, and as you can see on the screen, there's the OG Meteor, the Astro Joe Meteor, Red Dust, Stardust, Gravity. And I slowly realized, I just said Meteor. I think we're going to get the OG, because I didn't specify which Meteor.
And why
And
did
I
you
said,
want the Deep Impact? Like, let's talk
because,
about that for a
yeah,
moment.
the Deep Impact, again, like Ken mentioned, we're Filipinos, so we like the pork fat and everything. The Deep Impact is a crispy, deep fried pork belly with spinach, cream, mango, coleslaw, and their flying saucer sauce in a bun. So
Yeah.
that's what I wanted. That's what I hopefully was ordering. But no, I ordered the regular Meteor, and it was already maybe in the 8th minute, and I realized, no, it's too late for me to change. And I didn't want to order another one because we had so much food already.
Hmm.
So we said, you know what? Let's just stick with our order, and let's see how it is. And it was a good burger, and their
Good. Oh,
flying
no,
sauce.
no,
Go
we got
ahead.
to say it comes with mushrooms,
Oh yes.
onions, and spinach, and frico. So
Mhm.
frico, we decided that was the cheese, right?
Yep.
So, and it was a good burger, but just the thought of having a crispy, deep fried pork belly That sounds really good with a creamy mango coleslaw.
Oh yeah.
That sounds really, really good. So next time we are going to go to the Hungry Moon, we're definitely going to have that deep impact. We might just have to order two. Like it's just, it's so,
Oh, I
the
know.
whole sound of it sounds so good. But you know what? If you want to try a really good burger, try the OG. The OG tasted great. What was nice was that spinach. It's a fresh spinach. I don't know why I thought it was going to be like a cooked kind of spinach. I don't know why I thought that, but it
Yeah.
was a fresh spinach that went on top of that. So
Yeah.
super good.
Yeah, it was like I said, it's a delicious burger itself. So if they can make a burger taste this good, I can't wait until we get the deep impact Meteor.
Definitely. The deep impact meat. So wait, does that come with a patty as well, or is just pork belly?
Just a pork belly.
Ah,
Just a pork
okay.
belly.
Okay, so that's good to know. And so, man,
And in fact, if you go to their Instagram, they actually have a good picture, like video of the assembly of the of deep impact.
all
There we
right.
go.
So you're talking this video here, Jeff?
No, next one.
I can't even pull it up.
That's
funny.
it. But so that is the picture of their deep impact Meteor, and there's actually an option to have gravy on it. And if you go on Instagram, you actually show the picture of the gravy being poured on. So yeah,
Fun.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what? Let's talk about what that gravy is probably going to taste like, Jeff.
Probably a bit of sweet gravy, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet because it is a
Yeah.
Filipino
Mhm.
food truck. So, and if you've had gravy at a place like Jollibee before, it is going to be sweeter than you expect it to be.
Yeah.
So something to keep in mind. Definitely.
That is it.
Definitely. So, of course, we're going to go back to Hungry Moon Foods because we want to be able to eat the food that we were expecting, not necessarily the food that we had ordered, but the food that we were expecting.
Yeah,
So we're going to
exactly
order
right.
properly next time.
That's
Actually, you know, Dylan, you had a taste. What were your thoughts on the burger?
Oh, it was very good. Like we said in the last video, I'm not a big fan of mushrooms, so I did have to just kind of just flick some of them off. But other than that, yeah, delicious burger. I liked the little cheese they had there. What was it called? Fresco?
right. Frisco. So I
Frisco.
looked it up. It's basically like a fried cheese disc with potato.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
How
so
fun.
not too bad.
I mean, it was delicious, so you know.
So
There we go.
this is the picture that
Oh,
Jeff
there
was
we go.
talking about with the video
Nice.
showing the gravy on top, and this is the deep impact. So there's a reason why we want to try this, and
Mhm.
that's a huge part of it. So there's that. So man, we had a great time supporting the Street Eats market.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to the next time we go because
Actually,
there's going to be. Oh,
yeah.
go ahead, Jeff.
Actually, before we leave, I actually wanted to try. It's called Tut's Egyptian Food Truck,
Oh,
but they
yes.
had the longest line. We were really surprised on how long their line was, because
Yeah.
they had like a sandwich combo, and one of the sandwiches, it's not my favorite, but it's actually a chicken liver sandwich, and the presentation is like these little buns that look the buns that you would use for lobster rolls.
Mm.
And they had a good selection of little sandwich there, and I really wanted to try it today or yesterday or the day we went, but unfortunately it had the longest line. Yeah, that's them there. So yeah, so that little
Yeah.
combination there you see in the picture. One of them is falafel, one of them is chicken liver, and I forgot what the other one was. And there's also a fourth one you could choose with fries.
Yeah. So yeah, just simply out of popularity alone, this place, you know, the Tuts, my goodness, it is a place that we do want to try out here. And here's a closer picture of whatever these sandwiches are. It says here.
Yeah, there's no description there, but I was looking at them a bit. I know one of them was chicken liver.
Yeah, oh, that was the chicken liver sandwich place. Oh, I can't wait to try that. A lot of people are thinking chicken liver, they don't want any part of it. I, for one, want to try that. That's for sure. And I'm pretty proud that I do want to try it. And Tuna Uno is going to be there. They're actually going to be setting up, if I understand Phil correctly, they're going to be setting up a seated area. So they're actually going to be doing some patio style stuff, which is going to be kind of interesting near the back end of the food truck area. And I'm looking forward to them. They are a Filipino restaurant and food truck. And so this grand opening didn't have all the food trucks that are coming.
Yeah,
There's like,
unfortunately not.
Six Spice is going to be coming, and we love Six Spice.
Yeah,
And they also had other stuff. Oh, Buster Sea Cove is going to be
Yeah.
there. They have awesome lobster poutine.
yeah.
Awesome lobster.
And lobster rolls.
Mm.
Like look at that one there. That's a great picture of a lobster roll. Look at that piece of
Oh.
lobster.
Absolutely.
That's
Looks
amazing.
so good. And then, for the kids, they got the beaver tails. They got
Mhm.
all these different things. And then there's going to be a lot of different choices. So
yeah.
it's going to be one of those things where if you can't find something to eat, that's your fault. Like you're just too picky. Right?
Oh,
Because there's
exactly
a whole bunch
right.
of food there. So we're looking forward to it. And we're looking forward to next time when we talk about more food worth mentioning. But before we close this out, we just want to give you, just remind you, if you could just help us out doing something super simple. If you're getting value from this cast, whether you want to try the foods that we have, or you're just getting entertained, we invite you to do something super simple. We invite you to either like, subscribe, share, or comment. You could leave us a review wherever, on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to this. It helps us greatly, more than you think. And it's a super easy way, and it's a super simple way for you to support our podcast and to do so for free.
Yes. I'd like to thank Dylan again for always being our special guest. And you're more than welcome to come anytime you want, Dylan.
Yeah, just let me know.
Of course. And including myself, Dylan, and Ken, do you remember this quote from Julia Child? People who love to eat are always the best people.
Yeah, and that, of course, just as Jeff said, that includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, his son, Dylan Santos, and his brother, me, Kenny Santos. And, of course, you as well, if you love to eat food worth mentioning. Thanks a lot, everybody.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.